And welcome back. For many, the end of August signals the beginning of fall. Boy, that was fast. But in Fremont, it's the beginning of shopping. The annual Niles Antique Fair draws thousands of people to browse and to buy. And among them today, John Ramos.
People come to the annual Niles Antique Fair to buy knickknacks and collectibles, but what they're really looking for is a piece of their past, and that's something that's getting harder and harder to come by these days.
The 61st annual Niles Antique Fair began with something new, a traffic jam. The crowd this year was huge as the city blocked off the main street for vendors. It was a bit of a shock for Maddie Lucero visiting from Vacaville.
It's way too crowded for my liking. And as we were driving up, I'm like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have came. But we did go around one corner and there was a parking lot, and so we squeezed in a spot, so we got lucky to find a spot. So
the vendor booths sold out quickly this year, with most selling odds and ends picked up who knows where. And usually the older the better. At the California Historical Radio Society booth, they were offering refurbished wireless sets, including this Zenith model from 1939. Denny Monticelli thinks people are hungering for something with staying power.
That kind of warmth that it has is an appeal in and of itself to people. And they feel a connection with it that you don't feel with your digital device, that you'll give up in a couple of years when it's obsolete. The idea that this has been repurposed, I think, does connect with them. And the fact that when it was in its prime, it wasn't obsolete after 2 years. It probably stayed in the family for 20 years.
And speaking of staying in the family, Leslie Rice's booth was a labor of love. She was selling the many things her mother collected during her life.
So I'm selling these antiques or finding new homes for them for my mother, who passed away in 2018. She was an avid antique collector, and so I love meeting the people and talking to them and sharing my mom's story. It's a way to keep her alive for me.
For a lot of people, there was an unspoken emotional appeal.
I have people that don't necessarily buy, but they'll pick up an item and they'll say, my mom had this or my grandmother had it. And it's a really wonderful way to share the love we have with our current and past relatives.
And it doesn't even have to be a human loved one. George Chen found himself drawn to items that reminded him of a beloved pet.
And this one, I didn't even have to think about because you know, I had a calico cat that passed away, and this is like a, you know, one of a kind. It's got angel wings. Okay, well, I find this here, and it's like, okay, for me it's special, you know. So it's I wouldn't, if it was not a calico or didn't have angel wings, I probably would pass on it. But it happened to have all the ingredients, and it's like, okay.
There wasn't a lot of intention behind the shopping, but people are drawn to things that strike an emotional chord, and they know it when they see it.